Hi everyone, I'm Juliana and this is Chair Yoga Flow. So we're going to be seated on the chair most of the time. You're going to start massaging our feet and having a block and a strap close by if you have it. All right, so let's get started. So as we move to our behind the chair, we're going to grab our massage ball. It could be a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball. Just if it's a lacrosse ball, just be gentle with the pressure. We're going to slowly start to press into the ball, moving it to the heel. And as you exhale, soften and bring it back to your toes. As you inhale, you press firmly, going to your heels. And as you exhale, you soften and bring it back to the toes. Let's try this one more time. And then we're going to keep the ball in the ball of the foot. And from here, you start to play with your toes, flaring those toes, adding perhaps a little bit more grip. And we'll start to move it from the pinky toe side to the big toe mound. So really starting to notice the sensations on the bottom of the foot. You can always add more or less pressure, depending on how you need, how it feels for you. It's a great practice to bring awareness to the body, and opening the fascia in the bottom of the foot helps with plantar fasciitis, arthritis, and neuropathy, bringing more sensation to the feet. And then from here, we're going to start to move closely from that arch to the heel. Start to move the ball and start to roll it all the way back. And now the ball of the foot becomes your anchor, and you can add perhaps more pressure, like you had like a high heel shoe with gum stuck on it and you want to take it off. We're going to come down, and from here, we're going to start to notice difference between right and left. We're going to do that same sequence on the other side. So as you press firmly into the ball, move it closer to your heel. And as you exhale, soften and bring it back to the toe. So we're going to do this a couple more times. Inhaling and exhaling. And last one. And then from here, staying with the ball and the ball of the foot and start to play with the toes, the gripping, the flaring. And again, this is your practice. So you can always add or subtract whatever doesn't feel good for you, and adding what might feel good and exploring it. So always moving with some kindness to yourself. There's always room to explore, curiosity. There's no judgment, no right or wrong, right? Doing what feels good today, right now. And then we're going to stay with the ball and the ball of the foot, and then the heel comes up, and perhaps you start to add it like a high heel shoe. Just make sure that your hand is supported so you don't trip or fall. Great. I'm going to come down and start to notice the right and the left, a little bit more grounding. Beautiful. And we're going to find our seat now. So we can put that ball away, and perhaps you take a block and put it between your legs, your thighs, or between your ankles. And again, having your strap close by, as we're going to work with a little bit more of shoulder opening today. So we're going to take that block between the ankles, and so we can start to find that, again, connection of the feet. Roll the heads of the shoulders back. Let your hands release. Take a nice deep breath into your heart. And a big sigh through the mouth. Just feeling your shoulders releasing and letting go. Inhaling through the nose. A big sigh through the mouth, letting go of any tension and stress, drama, anxiety. Just let it wash away and disappear. And one more deep breath in. And a huge sigh. And as you find your body now fully supported, relaxed, safe, you can start to deepen the awareness to the body, to the breath. So in the stillness of your body, you start to feel your feet connected, rooting down into the earth. The sit bone supported by the chair, allowing you to relax your legs and to lengthen your spine. And your head resting over your heart, the heart resting over the hips. Everything feels easy to hold without too much effort. And starting to notice the softness around the muscles of your face, the cheeks, the jaw. Perhaps even moving your jaw a little side to side. You tend to hold a lot of tension and stress there. The shoulders continue to descend, the elbows relaxing, and fingertips. And starting to notice the movement of the breath. The breath flows in and out, like waves on the shore, moving in and moving out. You can even bring your hands, one to your chest and the other one to your belly, to feel the flow of the breath perhaps a little deeper. And just by noticing the breath, slowing things down, the breath starts to deepen, and the mind starts to follow, quieting down as well. And that's what we're looking for. That pause between the thoughts. Our minds are constantly planning, thinking, doing, redoing, visiting the past, which we have no control of. It's gone. Or the future, trying to control it. We have no control of that either. But here and now, you do have control. And that can allow you to bring a little bit more peace, a little bit more calm. So whenever you feel there's too much going on, just bring your awareness back to your breath. Let it be your anchor to the here and now. And in that pause and that deeper breath, you can make better decisions. You can react better and feel better. Now we're going to start with the pranayama today, a breath control. If it works for you, you can stay here and maybe perhaps even moving yourself to the middle of the chair. You can even keep your eyes closed if that works. And just finding yourself seated nice and tall. And just bringing both hands to the tops of your lungs. Breathe beneath your hands and exhale it out. Now, if this feels uncomfortable, just continue with the normal inhale and exhale. Inhale all the way up. And exhale it out. And just starting to feel the breath all the way into the tops of the lungs, maybe the fingers spreading. And with your next exhale, we're going to slide one hand to the side ribs. And we're going to start to integrate the chest as you inhale, the side ribs, and exhale ribs and chest. Once again, inhale into the chest, into your ribs, side and back, and exhale it out. The hands on the ribs moves to the belly. 3-part breathing. Inhale into your chest, into your side ribs, into the belly like a balloon, and then you empty it from the bottom up. Exhale, belly, ribs, and chest. Doing that again. Inhale into the chest, into the ribs, into the belly, and exhale it all out. Belly, ribs, and chest. Last time through on your own. And just feeling the hands back onto your heart. Breathe in here with light and gratitude. Of being here today, of taking time to take care of yourself. And in this light, plant the seed of your intention, your heart's deepest longing in this moment today, right now. Let your intention settle in. And we're going to start here on the heart. We're going to start with Tapotman, tapping the sternum. Right beneath your fingers, the sternum, there's the thymus gland, which is important for your immune system. Activating it with a little bit more energy. Breathing in tall. Again, we're going to trace our fingers onto our collarbones closer to our shoulders. So right there, the tips, that's your lung meridian. In Chinese medicine, the lung is where the prana, the energy comes through. And the kidney is the one that stores it. So feeling for the breath moving in all the way up there where we were breathing before. And now from here, we're going to trace our hands from the opposite shoulders down to the sternum. This is going to help you with the lymphatic drainage to your immune system. So we're activating that energy, that flow. And then we're going to take our hands now under our armpits, another area there's a lot of lymph nodes, helping your immune system here, giving it a little bit more of a boost, especially with these temperatures going up and down, cold weather, right? We really need a little bit more of that immune system activating. We're going to drag our fingers under the chest to the sternum, that thoracic duct. We're going to try that again. Again, incorporating this gentle lymphatic massage. And we're going to start to slide our hands to the side of the neck. And as you do that, you're starting to activate again that gentle flow of the lymphatic system here. There's a lot of lymph nodes in your neck. And you're starting to kind of like trace your fingers on the side of the neck. And you can start to bring it down to that duct. At the same time, you move your head slightly so you're getting more sensation, gentle massage there. And the pressure of your hands is like the pressure that you will put lotion on your body. And then from that, we're going to move our hands to the earlobes. And we're just going to give it a little squeeze at the bottom, just give it a little tug. And then start to do that little pinching around your earlobes. And you start to come up, getting all these nice acupressure points in your ears. Good. We're going to come all the way back down to those lobes and give it a little tug. And then we're going to take our fingers here closer to our jaw, mandible, the back, where we usually grind our teeth. Again, maybe let the jaw be a little bit more relaxed so you can move. Right? We tend to hold a lot of tension and stress in our neck and shoulders. Jaw, sometimes it gets into it and we really don't even realize how much we're grinding. We'll let it open, find it out. And now we're going to take our fingers and just going to give it a little tapping here onto your cheekbones, very light, like you're getting a facial massage, and you're going to start to tap it around, up and over. Again, this is good for circulation, and as you start to come up and over, it also helps with the immune system circulating, and up and over the temples, good for sinuses and headaches, right? So really activating your immune system, your circulation, feeling good a little bit more. We're going to continue tapping right there, that point between your eyebrows. Now you can take one finger, you can take two, you can tap, or you can just give it a gentle pressure or massage. You can choose which one feels better for you. This is a pressure point that helps with anxiety and stress, same one that's used for acupuncture and acupressure. And then from here, we're going to tap onto our foreheads again, a nice one for sinuses, infections, and starting to help out with that, headaches. And then we're going to start to tap all the way up to the crown of the head. In Chinese medicine, this is a very important point. This brings a lot of energy to the body and helps clear the mind. And also in yoga, this is our seventh chakra, that connection with the universe to all. And we're going to take our fingers into our scalp, and you're just going to give it a little massage. Like imagine like somebody's shampooing your head, and you're just giving this really soft massage, just noticing how relaxing it can feel. You can even close your eyes. All right, so again, this is a good one for circulation in the brain. It helps also with your immune system with that, bringing a little bit more activation to the brain and calming as well. Take one more breath here. And with your next exhale, just reach your arms, inhaling up to the sky. And to start to roll the wrists and flick your fingers, and then roll the wrists and flick the fingers. Great job, guys. Nice. Now stay with that connection of the feet. We're going to bring the left hand to the right and give it a gentle lymphatic massage as we bring that hand down under the armpit, under the chest to the sternum. And then we're going to take it to the other side. Again, that pressure is almost like you're putting lotion on your body. Feeling good. Activating your immune system here, treating yourself with kindness, and staying healthy, staying strong. All right, we're going to slowly inhale, feel that lift. And as we exhale, we're going to start to let the left hand come down, the right arm goes up and over. And we're going to take this a couple of times. Nice, start to get into that side body. Next time we come over to the left side, you're going to keep that right arm up. And now start to play with the shoulder and the elbow. Any small range or bigger one if you like. We're going to hold that arm all the way up. and perhaps behind the head. Push slightly with the bottom hand so you feel a little lifting of the heart. Now as you exhale, dial your right elbow any small amount back so you can feel more opening through the side body. Breathe here. We're going to push with the bottom hand and find a twist over to the right. So the left hand comes to the right knee and the right fingertips behind you. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. Feel the lift. As you exhale, perhaps you go a little deeper. The inhalation takes you up and the exhalation takes you a little deeper. Beautiful. Take one more breath here. And with your next exhale, we're going to take the back hand, the one behind the right, it's going to reach up and across, and you're going to give yourself a self-hug. Hold the tips of your shoulders. Let your elbows perhaps lift a little bit higher. You start to feel this opening into the back. You can relax and look over one shoulder and then the other. Beautiful. Moving it slow with mindfulness and purpose. We're going to come to the center. And like you had a tight t-shirt on, you're going to inhale, take your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to pull it down like you're engaging into the back and pulling a bungee cord. Inhale, reach, spread the fingers. Exhale, pull it down, finding that engagement into the back. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Great job. Let your arms go up, give it a little shake and release. Every time we take those arms up, also helping with that drainage of your lymphatic system, your immune system. We're going to take that right hand down, the left arm goes up and over. We're just going to take 2 rainbows on this one, from one side to the other. Good, so starting to feel the side body. Now we're going to keep that right hand down, the left arm goes up. And you pause here, I'm going to roll that shoulder, elbow. Start to get a little bit more. And when you feel ready, we're going to reach that arm, support the hand behind the head, push with the bottom hand to lift the heart. And now as you exhale, dial that left elbow back. Breathe into the side. So feeling the breath into the armpit, the side body. Inhaling and exhaling. Push with the bottom hand and then slowly finding a twist over to the left. Bring that right hand on the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lift. And as you exhale, twist belly, chest, and shoulders. So try not to go too deep with the twist, with that head going back, but inhale, feeling the breath starting to happen, bottom, top, belly, chest, and shoulders. The last part will be the head. So if we go too fast with the head, the twist just ends very fastly, right? We're going to take that back hand and reach it up and across. And then we're going to give it a hug. Good. And you can stay here and let your elbows lift, and you start to feel the stretch into your back. You can relax your head, looking over one shoulder and then the other. Beautiful. Now let's try to take those elbows up. Inhale. We're going to pull it down like you're pulling that bungee cord once again. And this time we're going to tip right. Come back to the center. Really hug the block and then left. Feel the connection with your feet. Feel your knees parallel, your feet parallel. Right. Good. And left. Beautiful. We're going to come back to the center, and when you're ready, you're going to exhale. Bring your elbows a little closer. Lift them a little bit taller, and then bring your hands right down to your thighs. We're going to open the heart. Inhaling. Slide the hands. Exhaling. Slide the hands on the outside of your legs. Inhaling. Bringing it in. So starting to also add a little lymphatic flow onto your legs as you massage. Inhaling, opening the heart, exhaling. Last time through. And exhale. Next time you're rounding, we're going to start to circle. We're getting into the side body. You can close your eyes or you can keep your head relaxed. All right, so starting to feel the side body engaging. You can make it small or big. And then we're going to reverse the circle. So going the other way. Again, small if you have any lower back issues. Neck, and big if you feel that you want to add a little bit more spice to it. And we're going to come back to the center. Relax it here. Roll the heads of the shoulders back. We're going to take that block. And I'm just going to turn it around so perhaps you can see it a little bit better. We're going to start to add legs, and core. So we're going to pick up those heels off the floor, and you're starting to do a little curling of your arms here as your heels come up and down to your toes and down. Good. Now I'm going to start to add picking up the foot off the floor. So that's going to challenge your balance, challenge your core. So you're going to have to use your core a little bit more. So you're going to pull belly in. You're also starting to use your quadriceps here. 2. All right, last one. Now we're going to pause here into the center. Inhale, relax the shoulders. And as we exhale, we're going to keep the block in front. We're going to start to twist. Come back to the center and then twist. So try not to move the block too much, but it's keeping the block more in center with the body. Now, if you want to start to make this a little harder, you can stay on the balls of your feet, and you can even extend the arms. So it's almost like your shoulder is the one that's tapping, right? As you hinge back, and then you come back up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Now we're going to come back to the center, hold it here, and start to extend the leg and extend. So you can stay again up tall, or we can make this a little bit more engaging by hinging back and forth. Now again, if that feels like you're getting in onto your back, you probably went too far, right? So you can controlling that movement as much as you need. And as you pull it back, feel like your elbows are pulling back, like you're doing a roll and opening your chest. Last one, we're going to pause here. I'm going to let go of the block. We're going to keep that right leg, sorry. You're going to point and start to curl it up. Point and flex. Good. So starting to get into the knee, starting to get into the calves as you curl that foot back like you're dragging a sheet of paper under it. Good. Now we're going to pause with that leg out there. And from here, just you can roll that ankle, point, flex the toe. If you want more, you pick the foot off the floor. Good. So we already did a lot on the legs. So we're going to pause here. Now I'm going to take that strap and hook it up and over. And with that, we're going to inhale, lift the heart. Now, if you don't have the strap, that's okay too. You can work without it. We're going to exhale. We're going to start to hinge a little bit more forward. So if you're supporting on the bent leg, not on the extended leg, right? Don't put your weight there. All right, so you should be feeling a stretch in the back of your leg, and you're trying to keep your spine nice and long, so no arching, right? Especially if you have lower back issue. And then from this, we're going to pause. Now you're going to engage your core. Now we're going to start to work our quadriceps a little bit more in the core. So as you exhale, can we pick up that leg and then relax it down? Now be mindful of the shoulders as you exhale, pick it up, relax your shoulders down. And now from this, we're going to start to bend the knee in and out. So bring the knee in and out. So as you do that, think about pulling your elbows closer to your body here. So they're not up here, they're down. So you start to engage your back as well, and you're starting to engage a little bit more into the legs. Excellent. Now we're going to extend the leg and drop it back down again. Working just the quadriceps now. Can you pick up that leg and lift? So you're going to feel the abs, you're going to feel your quads, and then we're going to lower it down. We're going to do that 2 more times. As you exhale, pick it up, engage the core, spine is nice and tall. You start to feel it on your legs. Doesn't have to be this high, it could be a little bit lower and down. Last one, lift. It could be lower or up. Imagine there's a corset pulling you in and up to lift you up, engage the back stabilizers, right, holding you up. And we're going to pulse it for 3, for 2, and 1. Great job. And relax it out. Nicely done. All right, we're going to do that same series on the other side. Before, I'm going to turn my chair so you can see. We're going to do a little windshield wiping of those legs. So this leg that we just worked here, we're going to turn it to the side. And we're going to drop our tail, navel pulls, and you lengthen your spine. You hold the back of the chair with that left hand as your right knee drops down, so you can feel a nice stretch in front of that hip. If you want more, you can take that arm up and over your head. Beautiful. Let's turn it around and just doing that little windshield wiping side to side to open into the hips. Open your legs perhaps a little bit wider. You have that strap close by here. So we're going to use the strap this time. So maybe taking that strap onto your hands here, we're going to Take it about shoulder height. Pull slightly the strap apart, and you inhale, you reach up. Good. Now, as you exhale, bend your elbows, pull it apart, feeling the strap nice and tight. We're going to take it over. Right. Come back to the center, and then left. Once again, you start to work oblique side abs. You're working your inner legs. Beautiful. Last one. Excellent work, guys. Really sit down, relax your shoulders. And from here, we're going to drop that left hand to the middle of the thigh and look over your right shoulder. Come back to the center, and it's the right hand. You push in, you look over your left shoulder. And then you start to heel toe your feet. We're going to do that sequence on the other side. So again, you can stay here and starting to pick up that leg, one and then the other. Relax your arms, engage your core. So that marching, right? To start to engage it again. And now we're going to keep that right leg down. Left leg comes out. You're going to point and flex. So start to point and curling it back. Almost imagine that you had something under that heel that you want to drag back so you can feel it more into your hamstrings. Beautiful. We're going to hold it out there, point flex, roll the ankle. And again, it can be down or it can be up. I'm going to pause. Excellent. Now from here, we're going to take that strap and hook it up and over the foot. Inhale. And if you don't have a strap, that's okay too. You don't need it. But it just gives you a little bit of assist that you can feel like you're walking your hands down, you're getting more stretch, you're pressing through your heel, you're feeling your hip pulling back, and you're getting this deeper stretch into the bottom of the back of the leg. Relax the neck and the jaw. All right, we're going to bring ourselves up. And as we do, we're going to bend that knee and extend. So now you're starting to feel that you're engaging a little bit more into your quads. You're engaging your core to stabilize. You're not being supported by the back, and your arms are low here, right? So you're pulling back, keeping that chest lifted. Good. And next time you go out to the front, we're going to pause and release. So this time we're going to try to use our muscles to lift up. As you exhale, pull belly in, lift it up, turn your toes up, engage your core, maybe even relaxing your arms, and then release. So if you need to hold onto the chair to keep the spine tall, that's okay, but try not to slouch, right? As you exhale, pick it up, navel pulls in, you're feeling the quadriceps, you're feeling your core, and then back down, and exhale, lift it up, engage, and maybe you pulse for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Great job, and relax it out. Great job, guys. Release. Finding that. We're going to move again back to the center and start to do that little windshield wiping. This is a good one for hip mobility. And we're going to hold it onto the other side, facing the right side, so your left knee is down so you can get a stretch there. Right, so you firm the back, you pull the navel in, you drop your tail. So don't let the hips go forward, drop it back. So you can feel that stretch, lengthen your spine. You can stay here or even take that arm up and over the head. Excellent. And then release. And then we're going to, again, doing that little windshield wiping. Taking your feet a little wider. Feel that opening. And once again, if you want to use your strap, we're going to use it a little bit more. I call flossing the shoulders. We're going to take our arms up. Now feel your knees moving the same direction as your toes, so don't let the knees flop in. Open it out. Open your arms. Exhale, bend your elbows, right? And now from here, we're going to tip it right. We come back to the center, and then we tip it left. So notice that the length of the strap stays the same. You're pulling firmly. We're going to tip it over to the right. Now we're going to pause here, and it's just that hinge of the elbows that move. So the right hand pulls, the left hand pulls. Good. And then we're going to come back up. Let's try this onto the other side. Good. Just one and then the other. So you start to work a little bit more into those arms and shoulders, side body supporting you, and release. And beautiful. Relax your shoulders and let it go. Start to heel toe your feet perhaps a little closer together. And we're going to let that right foot, right ankle cross over. So you might stay here, or you might cross onto your knees. So we're coming into eagle. So you want to feel that hugging of your legs, right? So it feels core starts to engage. We're going to inhale, take those arms nice and long. Think about a corkscrew here. As we exhale, we're going to cross the right under the left, and you give yourself a self hug. You can stay here or backs of the hands or front together. Your choice. Now feel the hugging of your legs, feel the core engaging. Maybe you lift your elbows. Can you turn your gaze to one side and head to the other? Beautiful. We're going to come up. Now we're going to open our arms. Find that strap. You're going to hold it with your left hand. Bring it up and over your head. And your right thumb goes down, and then it comes behind you. Now feel that you can walk your hands behind, so you can start to walk it back, and your elbow goes up, the other shoulder goes down, right? So you start to feel this hugging. Lift up, inhale. Now as we exhale, this is a cow face pose. We're going to slowly start to hinge. And you start to hinge, maybe this is where you pause. And then release your hands to the front of your knees or thighs. You can pause here, relax the head, the jaw. Maybe this is where you stay. If you want more, we're going to start to bring that shin a little bit higher up into the side. So now you're going to get into your glutes, into your figure four. Maybe you roll the ankle or not, right? Relax the head and the jaw. And as you start to get deeper into it, you start to feel it deeper into your glutes. Relax it out. Breathe it in. And we're going to release it back up. And taking here that windshield wiping once again. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So slowly move it in. And we're going to cross now the left or the left knee. Okay, so first think again, it's almost like a little corkscrew feeling that you want to hug your legs so the core lifts, the spine lifts, and then you open your arms. And we're going to take the left under the right. So first coming into those eagle arms, holding it here, backs of the hands or front, and you can lift. And you can add a twist if you're like elbows to one side and gaze to the other. All right, we're going to inhale. Continue hugging your legs. Let your arms open. Now you're going to grab your strap with your right hand, and you take it behind your head. And then your left hand goes out. Turn the thumb down so the back of that hand starts to come to your back. And then from here, you start to walk your hands back in so the elbows start to point up and the other one points down as much as possible. I know this is hard to do. It's a lot of opening into the side body, into the shoulders, which is our focus this week. And then we're going to slowly start to hinge forward. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, release so you can find or the front of the knees, maybe guiding it slightly up, holding it here, maybe moving it to the side, maybe rolling the ankle. And again, you can stop at any point, right? You're going to find that stretch into your glutes, relaxing the neck and the jaw. We're coming up to a new moon, new beginnings, right? So always good time to work up the heart, feeling open-hearted. And then we're going to come all the way up. And you're going to start to do a little windshield wiping once again. All right, we're going to hug that block a little closer in. We're going to come into chair pose, or which is a squat. So we're going to bring that block between the thighs. And this is just going to be a good reminder of keeping your knees parallel so the knees don't buckle in or go out, right? So you keep it firm, feet and knees are aligned, hands can be on the chair. And you want to shift the weight a little bit more to your heels when you're coming up. So engaging your core, you hinging from your hips, weight is onto the heels more than onto the toes to protect your knees. And you can do this again. You can keep the hands in front of the chest to add a little bit more. Or you can even take your hands forward. And when you come to your seat, you can add a twist by taking that right hand back and you come back up. And it's the left hand back, like you're going to grab a remote control or a toy behind you, right? It's always those things that falls between the couches and the seats, and then take it to the other side. Beautiful. Next time you're going to come all the way up, and we're going to take that block from between the legs. We're going to move behind the chair. And now the chair supports you as we start to walk our feet back for a down dog on the chair. So imagine that you had that rope there pulling your hips back, right? So your spine can stay long instead of like arching, right? There's a little softness in the knee, and the head maybe stays between the arms or a little bit higher if you need it. And if you want to add, you start to pedal. One knee bends and the other leg extends. And you can even start to look under one arm and then the other. So you can feel a full body stretch from the neck to the arms, to the side body, the spine, down the legs, all the way to your heels. Excellent. We're going to slowly pick up the head so you don't get dizzy. Move it slow. Slide your left foot forward. Let your forearms come to your chair. And you can pick up the back heel to pump that heel, getting into a runner stretch. You're going to hold and start to feel the stretch in the backs of the legs, the calves. Excellent. We're going to pause and slide the other foot back and the other one forward. And you do the same thing. Start to feel the stretch, calves, ankles. Beautiful. And pause, relax the neck and the shoulder. And excellent. Let's slide the foot back, walk your feet closer in, bring your body up. Now we're going to start to come into warrior series. So if you want, you can stay with your hand onto the chair. We're going to take our hands from here. We're going to step. I'm going to mirror you. You're going to step your right foot back. Maybe shimmy your left foot a little bit more forward. So when you bend the knee does not pass the toe. And then you're going to open your right arm back. You can walk your right foot a little further out if you like, and feeling that your hips and your chest are facing the long edge of your mat. Find the length into the body, the reaching of the fingers. And if it works for you, you can take that front arm and reach it as well. Otherwise, the chair is there to support you. Extending the leg as we inhale, finding that little triangle between the legs. And if you like, you can even extend both arms. As you exhale, you bend into that front knee. Once again, warrior two. And finding your extended side angle, bringing the hands to the hips, opening the chest, the heart, just like we did so many times. Forearms can stay on the chair. You can even support the side of the head, bending the elbows. And if some of you might want to go deeper, you can bring your hands to the base of that chair. We're going to let that right hand pull us back up. Inhale, warrior two. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the hands, we're going to slide the feet, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to turn it around so I don't turn my back to you. And from this, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to slide that left foot back. Your right foot is a little bit more to the right. You drop through the heel, and then you let your left hand pull you back. So again, be careful with the front knee so it's not passing the toes. You're staying back, right? And your knee is not flopping in. It's opening to the pinky toe. The chair is there for you if you need it. Inhale, maybe you reach both arms. Feel long and powerful through the side, through your legs. As you exhale, you relax your palms, and we can be one hand or both going up to the sky. Feel the inner legs pulling together. As you exhale, slowly release. And you're back into your warrior two. Now you're going to bring that right hand to the chair, forearm. The left hand can stay closer to your back, opening the shoulders. This is an open twist. You can even support that hand. And just be careful with the front knee not passing the toes too much. If it is, you're just going to shimmy that foot a little bit more forward. We're going to let the back hand pull us up. Inhale. Back to your warrior two. Powerful legs, powerful body. And then as you exhale, we're going to slide that foot all the way to the front. And finding your stance here. We're going to take that block for one closing balance pose. We're going to take the block between the feet here. Now I'm going to turn the block a little bit into an angle for my left foot. You can stay here, left toes, and slightly pointing to the side. If you feel that you're going to bring your foot up, you're going to start to slide that heel into the inseam of your leg. So you start to shift the weight more to the right than to the left. You push the heel in. You start to root down, navel pulling in. The chair is there for support. You can let one arm and then the other. So really growing your branches here any form of way. You can take mudra fingers or feeling a little bit more reach. As you exhale, slowly release your arms down. And we're going to bring and shift the weight from one side to the other. So if you need to turn it around, I'm just going to turn the chair because it's easier. And now we're going to turn that block slightly in an angle. You're bringing your foot close in. And you can feel that support. If you feel like you're going to slide that leg a little higher in, so there's less weight on that foot, right? And there's more onto the other leg, becomes a weight-bearing exercise. Try not to let your hips go out, but firm down, root down to rise up. So feeling the core, the chest, and again, letting your branches grow, or maybe having your hand on the chair. Find the version that works for you. And again, any form that if you want to slide your foot higher up, you can, right? That's your choice. And as you exhale, slowly release it down. Beautiful. Nicely done. So we're going to close our practice coming back to the chair, finding that support once again. Sitting up nice and tall. Feet down. You can have a block between your ankles once again. Hands onto your thighs. And take a nice deep breath through your nose. And a big sigh through the mouth. Let your shoulders descend once again. And feeling the spine nice and tall. Head resting over the heart resting over the hips. So it's easy to hold without too much effort. And the softness of the muscles in the face. Around the eyes, the cheeks, the jaw, the tongue. The release of the back of the throat. The shoulders, elbows, and fingers. The heart light and open. The belly light. And the hips heavy, releasing down. Backs of the legs, heels, and toes. Allowing yourself to find your Shavasana. If you're happy where you are, you can stay where you are. If you feel like moving, start to deepen the awareness to the body and the breath. As you wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then perhaps we're going to feel the hands coming to the heart. Feel the warmth and light that you brought into your practice, shining even brighter as you carry it with you. We're going to close with the mudra today, Padma Mudra, the Lotus Mudra. You're going to bring the palms together. The thumbs and the pinky fingers, the heels of your palms stay together, and the other fingers blossom like the lotus flower blossoming. Mudra that cultivates the qualities of the heart, of kindness, compassion, and unconditional love to yourself and others. Like the lotus flower that comes from mud, and raise it strong, resilient, and beautiful. Feel yourself growing strong, resilient, and beautiful with the qualities of the heart that you carry it with you. Bring your thumbs to your forehead. We bow. Namaste. The light in me bows to the light in you. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just going to stop the recording